What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do this quick video to kind of explain to you guys why I'm not doing the 1TDX upgrade on my CSS Criton 1TDs, and kind of just cover that because I've had the parts to do the upgrade for like 4 months now. I reviewed the CSS Criton 1TDs almost a year ago now. I absolutely love them. Why have I not done the upgrade? Why am I returning the upgrade kit? It's this simple. I love the 1TD sound as they are so much. I don't want to change it. I don't want to change it. That's what it comes down to. And this isn't the first time I found myself in this position, but I do think it's important to talk about. One, because I feel like I owe some of you guys like an update on the situation, because a lot of you guys keep asking me, when are you going to review the 1TDX? Like, when are you going to install those crossovers? And I've been lagging. And again, it's because I love the sound out of the 1TD. So what happened was CSS emailed me about a week ago and they were like, hey, have you had a chance to install that upgrade yet? Because again, they sent it to me 4 months ago. And I just knew like an email is not going to cut it. I need to call them. I need to apologize and explain myself. So I called them, super cool guys over there, by the way. And I said, hey, listen, I haven't done it. I don't want to do it. And here's why. I love the 1TDs. I love the way they sound. I don't want to change them. I think they're perfect as is. And they were like, wow, that's amazing. Like, thank you. You know, it was a huge compliment, obviously, right? And they're like, but you know, we still want you to review the 1TDX. So how about we just send you a finished set? And I was like, yes, absolutely. That would be fantastic. That way I could still like do the review for the viewers, because I know you guys really want to see that review happen. And I can still keep my 1TDs as is, right? And that brings me to the main topic of this video. Is your system good enough as is? It's a tough question to answer sometimes, but I want to kind of share a little bit of my own experience and kind of warn you of some things to look out for to kind of help you discover, you know, if you're, you know, doing maybe a little bit of too much retail therapy perhaps, or if you're chasing the dragon unnecessarily and things like that. So the reason this matters to me is I talk to a ton of you guys, whether it be in my free Discord, through email, which I prefer you don't use. I prefer you use my free Discord, or the YouTube comments section below, right? And sometimes I see a situation where you guys are chasing the dragon. And what I mean by that is you want to kind of spend money on an upgrade. And when I ask you what you're looking for, I can tell you don't really know. I can tell you just want to upgrade for the sake of upgrading. And I don't recommend you do that. I really don't. I recommend if you're feeling an upgrade just to upgrade, you're kind of stuck in like a consumer retail therapy, a little bit of addiction maybe. And look, I'm guilty of that too. It happens to me too. I found an easy solution to kind of like calm that craving that I'm going to share with you. And I get it. This might sound ridiculous, but I'll do one of two things. But I'll generally splurge in a way that's slightly reckless. What I've found for myself, for my own psychology, that satisfies my itch. I think ordering food is insanely reckless. Using DoorDash, Uber Eats, paying an extra like $10 in tax, another $5 in delivery, another $10 in tip. You end up spending double. I think it's so financially reckless. All in, if I order DoorDash or Uber Eats for myself, I'm spending $50. I never do it. Maybe a couple times a year, right? If I'm sick or something. But when I'm feeling like that upgrade itch, that's what I do. I'll just like order myself some sushi. And because it's a little bit financially reckless, it like satisfies that craving. And here's the cool part. I spend $50 instead of a few thousand, right? I don't mess with my stereo that I love, and I get sushi out of it. So it's a win-win situation, right? Or here's another thing you could do, and this works for me too. I'll go on Amazon and I'll buy something stupid, something not even expensive, something cheap. And that sometimes satisfies the craving, because sometimes the craving is just for consumerism, just to spend money, just to buy something. Like we just want that thrill. And I want to encourage you, try to do it with something cheaper. If you don't know what you want to buy, don't do it with your stereo. Stereo components are expensive, guys. And another thing I want to tell you is how to kind of pay attention to yourself to be aware of if you really need an upgrade or not. If you don't know why you want an upgrade, if you can't clearly describe what you're looking for in an upgrade, I'd say it's a good chance it's retail therapy. And I'll give you a couple examples. Let's say you've got something like an RSL Speedwoofer 10S. It's a great sub, $450 or so. There's a lot of better subs that cost more. but for, you know, under $500, it's the top dog. And you emailed me or in my Discord or in the YouTube comments, you're like, I want to get something better, you know? And I ask you, what is it that your current sub doesn't do? Or what are you looking for in an upgrade? You can't answer that. Well, you're doing retail therapy then. And I'll give you an example of what a good explanation would be. If someone said, Nemo, I love my RSL Speedwoofer 10S, but when I bought it, I lived in a smaller home, so I needed a more compact subwoofer. Now I live in a home that has a bigger living room and I can fit something larger. And that Speedwoofer 10S sounded perfect in my smaller room, but in my bigger space, I feel like I could have a bigger sense of scale. And I'm looking for a little bit of more even bass distribution from seat to seat. Okay, you clearly know what you want. You're in a good spot to make a purchase or start looking at what to purchase, right? Let me give you an example using speakers. Let's say you got a pair of speakers and you want to upgrade. Let's say you've got something like let's go really affordable. The Sony, what are the CSS CS5s? Yeah, the Sony SS-CS5s are like $100 when they're on sale. And you're like, I have the Sony SS-CS5s. I want to get something like the Bucart S400 Nemo. What do you think? And I ask you why. What don't you like about your Sony SS-CS5? And you're like, I don't know, I like them a lot, but like I know there's better stuff out there. If that's your answer, you shouldn't buy anything. You're just doing retail therapy. You're just being a consumer. You're just scratching an itch for some reason. But if I ask you that same question, you say something like, well, the Sony SS-CS5 is great, and you know I like it a lot, but it can't play all that loud. I noticed around 80 dB it starts to fall apart. I upgraded my amplifier recently, and I know I'm not getting the best out of it. And I like to listen, you know, a little bit louder at 70 dB. The SS-CS5 is great, but I'm looking for a speaker that could just give me a lot more refinement and output, and maybe a lot stronger bass. Then I'd say, okay, yeah, you know what you want out of an upgrade. You're in a good spot to make a purchase. Lastly, let's use an amplifier as an example. If you have something like the $500 Emotiva TA1 or Iota VX SA3, and you're like, I want to upgrade to something like a Bucart i150, right? And I'm like, okay, why? And you say something like, I think it's better. It's got room correction. I heard room correction is really cool. Room correction is really cool. You're not wrong. But if that's the reason you give, again, I think you're caving into retail therapy a little bit. And I don't think that's the right reason to make a purchase. You're just like curious. You just want to like try this thing. But if you're like, if I ask you that question, you say something like, I like my Emotiva TA1 or my Iota VX SA3, but my room's got a lot of issues. And I know the Bucart i150 has room correction, and I've been told by a lot of people that that can be helpful. Additionally, that Bucart i150 has a lot more power, and I'm planning to upgrade my speakers down the line, and I can make use of that power. And hell, I think the thing looks sleek as hell. I think it'll look great too. You clearly know what you want. You are ready to make a purchase. You move forward by all means. So I'm not telling you guys to be crazy frugal, nor am I telling you to be reckless. I think it's okay to spend money, and I think you should spend money. We work hard and we make this money so we can spend it and make ourselves happy. I just want you to do it in a way that's going to give you true long-term happiness. Because when you spend money just to scratch the upgrade itch, the happiness is very short-lived. It's like a hit, and you get your endorphins, and then a couple of days later, sometimes it's gone. But when you make the purchase at the right time, because you know exactly what you're looking for in an upgrade, you know exactly what you're looking to change or improve upon, you do your research, and then you pull the trigger and you make your purchase, the happiness you gain from that, the sense of satisfaction is going to be long-term. This is how I've bought most of my products that I have for my sound system. And if you guys have noticed, I've been using the same Kinky Studio preamp and monoblocks for almost 5 years. I've been using the Bucart S400 speakers since the beginning of this channel. I've been using the Blue Sound Node 2i this whole time. I added an Aries 2 DAC, and I haven't changed. I've been using that same Aries 2 this whole time. I've been using the Maze Audio Ref 4 speaker cables this whole time. I haven't changed my system almost from the start of this channel. I think in the first 4 or 5 videos, I was running an Emotiva amp still. There's nothing wrong with that. Emotiva makes fantastic amps at their price points. But once I upgraded to the Kinky Studio, like that was it. You know what I mean? I made my informed decision. It wasn't to scratch an itch. I knew what I was looking for, and it has brought me years of long-term happiness without the desire to upgrade any further, which is such an awesome place to get to in the audio hobby. Anyway, I think I've told you what I wanted to tell you in this video. The Criton 1TDX video is coming. CSS is going to build a set and send them to me so I can review them for you guys. For now, I'm keeping my 1TDs as is because it's a badass speaker. I love it, and I don't want to change its voicing. But I'll be honest with you guys, if the 1TDX is like way better and like I was just an idiot in hindsight for not doing the upgrade, I'll tell you. I don't have too much pride to not tell you guys that. So yeah, I hope you guys don't feel like this was a lecture. I was just trying to share my own experience and try to help you get maximum joy out of the hobby and reduce the frustration as much as possible. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, leave it a like. It'll help more people find it. More people find it. Channel gets bigger. More companies will be willing to send me review samples. If you guys don't know, I got about 15,000 subscribers. It's not a lot. There's plenty of companies, guys, they won't even respond to my emails when I ask for review samples. So if you want to see me review more gear, hit the like button. Like I said like 5 times already, this channel has a free Discord. Link is in the description below. Until next time, later.